Mike Bohn here at American Top Team with Austin Vanderford, who fights Fabian Edwards at Bellator 259, May 21st, my birthday.
Oh,
Austin.
nice. Happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, happy early birthday, yeah.
Thank you. Obviously a big fight for you, man. That's a good name, obviously the brother of Leon Edwards and everything. What did you think when this fight came together?
I'd actually had him on my radar for a while. I was wanting to fight him for probably like the past year or so. So when it all came to fruition, I was pumped up, man, ready to fight.
For sure. And so I feel like a big fight for Bellator's middleweight division. You know, two guys that are on streaks. You guys are doing really, really well. What do you kind of feel the significance of this matchup is?
I think big one. I think, it's potentially close to a title eliminator. Maybe one more fight, or John Salter, of course, and Tokov are two guys who are both ahead of us too, who are tough. And then, of course, there's some dark horses as well coming up. But, I think this fight puts us both in the mix, and, hopefully within the next year or so, it'll come about.
Sure. And you, as you said, mentioned the guys that are kind of in the mix maybe ahead of you, and we know that to a degree because Bellator has rankings now.
Yeah.
What did you think when they put that out? I know I've talked to a few guys, and they're like, I don't think they're, maybe the most accurate because it's so early on, but just the structure of Bellator doing rankings as a whole, is that something you liked?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think there's some guys definitely that could be flip-flopped and moved around and whatnot. And but, it's a good starting spot, and I think it's something that is going to give the fans something to base fights off of, and I think it's an important thing, and they'll all work themselves out, and they'll get the right rankings and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, they're probably not the most accurate right now, but it's a good starting spot.
Yeah, and it's exciting times, I feel like, for Bellator. They have this the new rankings, they're on Showtime and everything. Do you kind of feel a different vibe with this company and feel like it's maybe taking itself to a new level at this point?
Yeah, I think it was back in February. I went out for like the unveiling of Showtime, and it's cool. It's a cool production, and everything's super professional, and it's going to be a big step. There's a lot of good fighters, and Yoel and Anthony fighting is going to be huge and big for Bellator, and just put more eyes on it. And that's what it's about. As we saw this last weekend, just about getting eyes on the sport and getting eyes on the promotions and whatnot and helping it grow.
Yeah, I assume you're referring to Jake Paul and Ben Askren?
I would say, yeah. More Robert Whittaker, Kelvin Gott. No, for sure, yeah. But I was more interested in the Whittaker-Gastelum fight. But all the talk and the buzz is the Askren and Jake Paul fight. So, and deservedly for Jake Paul. I'm not a big fan, but, he's doing the right thing, and he's getting his name out there, and that's what the sport's about, trying to grow in popularity.
And you mentioned Rumble and Romero. I'm curious, do you want Bellator to put together a middleweight Grand Prix? Is that something you think could be exciting for the future, whether it's this year, next year, whenever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, coming up in wrestling, it's all about tournaments and the best guy winning. And so I'm a tournament guy. I love I love March Madness. I just love the tournaments. I think the fans really enjoy that, and it's something that can differentiate Bellator from other promotions.
That $1 million doesn't hurt either.
For sure, yeah, the $1 million, yeah, for sure.
So what do you think this fight with Fabian looks like?
I think it's your typical grappler versus striker. He's obviously going to be working on his wrestling as well, and as I'm working on my striking and whatnot. So, I think it's going to be a clash of styles, and I'm excited for it. I think it'll bring fireworks. I think it'll be a good matchup, and, something the fans are really going to get behind.
I've got to ask you before we close it out, just give us an update on Paige, how she's doing. Obviously, the BKFC debut didn't go her way, but I think she probably learned a lot in there about the style of fighting and everything, just how she's handling that outcome and what she kind of looking forward to going forward.
Yeah, she, it didn't exactly go her way, but it was such a big learning experience. And we learned that night that, experience in that sport is one of the best attributes to have. And I think going into the next one, she's already pumped up. She started her fight camp. Hopefully she'll be able to announce her fight soon. She's got a really big one coming up as well. And, just getting the experience, and, she's motivated to go out there and get a win. And that shit's tough, man. The bare knuckle stuff is for real, and I'm excited for her, and she's excited as well.
Yeah, she seemed a little bit defiant in her reaction to the loss. Like, people are being like, "Oh, is this for her?" Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, "No, I'm here to stay." This made me as passionate as ever. Did you see maybe that outcome light a new fire under her?
Yeah, you know, she's always been, despite what people think and maybe what they think they see, she's always been passionate. But this is like a new level of passion she's got, and you know, I'm excited for her. And you know, it was heartbreaking, that loss, but you know, the girl she fought was tough, and she had, you know, 5 bare knuckle fights, and that made the difference. You know, going into the 5th round, she, you know, I thought she dominated the 5th round, and all it took was just a little spark and to get the distance and to know that, you know, this is just a brawl. You got to go out and fight, and she's got that dog in her, and you know, I think you'll see that all 5 rounds her next fight if it goes that far.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Like the short rounds, or you know, you just got, there's the little things that make a difference, and you could just see Britton in that fight. She just knew a little bit more how to manage the ring space and the output and stuff, and I'm sure that comes very quick in, you know, a learning experience. And the next one will be a massively different performance by Paige.
Yeah, the output more than anything. You know, just being busy, and you know, 2 minutes are so short, such a short amount of time. So you know, we're excited. She's getting fired up, ready to go.
Awesome. Well, it seems like it's gonna be a big summer for both of you guys.
Yes,
so
sir.
looking forward to it, and appreciate the time, man.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.